incredibly brief. But thank you for that message. Maybe I'm a preacher's kid, so I kind of wanted to give a little bit of the word.
Yes,
We'll do the film another day. Thank you, Sherry, for that introduction. One graduation, perhaps the one I'm most proud of, is of Quince Orchard High School. And so I'm a local, and I would be remiss if I didn't point out that one of my teachers is in the audience, and one of the links for our being here today, Jerry. Jerry taught me sophomore chemistry, and also was my track and field coach my junior year. And I think you knew that the things that you were instilling in all of us weren't just to be bound in the confines of Quince Orchard High School, but we didn't always know that. And so when I'm out in the world and I hear in my ears, keep your eyes up, you run towards the horizon, I know now that that's not just something that makes me run fast. These are lessons that allow me to live long and engage, and so I owe you a great deal, and I appreciate the invitation. I'm very excited to be with all of you today, and I appreciate the point about sacred spaces. I believe that communities are places where we know each other by name and by story. And your work to repair the world is our work to repair the world. I found this story by the Blessing of a Forcing event. In many respects, I was too busy to know and find this story. It was right under my nose all of my life. This is my family's story, but I was too consumed in my own pursuits to get to high school and to college and to law school and to the White House to slow down and hear it until my grandmother, who was 95 at the time, fell ill. We'll tell a little bit more of this story, I suspect, after the film. But I guess my public service announcement today is to hold the ones that you love tight, to film them, ask the questions, capture the stories. They're critically important. Because she was 95 and in the hospital, and I thought that we might lose her, that's what shook me out of my self-consumed trance. I left the White House. I took up residence with her at Asbury, down in Gaithersburg, and I got to hear her story. And her story was about how her church decided to not be confined by the decisions of our past and to choose a new and different future, an opportunity that we are presented with every day. The last thing I'll say about the film, and I'll let it speak for itself, and then I look forward to us being in dialogue. I think Pastor Ken from Fairhaven, who's here, is going to join me, and we're going to be able to have conversation with you, which I'm very excited about. When I started making this film, and I'm only comfortable now, 7 years into that process, with even remotely calling myself a filmmaker. It's taken a lot of looking in the mirror and saying I am a filmmaker. I got a lot of feedback on this process. And folks who had made more films than I had and had more experience in this space said, you know, Jason, you got a lot going on in this story. You got 3 churches, you've got race, you've got religion, you've got a lot happening outside of the church and the community, and maybe you could simplify the storyline a little bit. And I intentionally decided not to do that because I think what we're all faced with, the things that the rabbi just laid out, are the complexities of our life. The challenges, the vicissitudes, the ups and downs, the highways and byways. We recognize that the things that happen in this space do not stay in this space. The things that happen outside of this space certainly find their way into this space. And so it's important that we have difficult and uncomfortable and complex conversations because we live in a difficult and uncomfortable and complex world. And so I hope that this provides an opportunity not just for discussion but for action. And my hope is that this builds a continuous bridge to the community of Pleasant View and the community of Fairhaven, and we build that social fabric here in the Quince Orchard, Darnestown, Montgomery County community. You talk about Gaithersburg being one of the many diverse communities that's here and proximate, and I say that those things don't just happen. Those outcomes come with intention, and I think you'll see that intention and purpose captured in the film. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed finding fellowship, and I look forward to being in fellowship with you after we watch.
Thank you.